ever wonder what separates the Rishonim from us? What? What separates the Rishonim from us? Pretty silly question, right? The Rishonim, Libam Pasuch Ku'ulam, the Ramban, they say, could say Shas backwards. What kind of question is that? But no less than Rabbi Yerucham Levavitz asked that question. And he answers in Das Dar, his famed work on Chumash, that it was a word which we have to learn the kedusha of this word, the centrality of this word, the importance of this word, yuzma, which really means, is best translated as ambition, yuzma. And I think in our discussion about the Ponevezher Rav, I wanted to spend one more session speaking about this idea of ambition, religious ambition, right? We're not talking about a yuzma to make $1 million. We're talking about a yuzma to be famous, get our name out there, be known, worshipped, idolized. A yuzma to be Paul in Yiddishkeit. A yuzma to be great. A yuzma to know. A yuzma to build. Ponevezher Rav was full of yuzma, full of ambition. And Rabbi Yerucham says that's what made the Rishonim, that they had yuzma. And that's what we don't have. Their yuzma. Fascinating insight. And that there are kochas inside of us, like Betzalel used to build the mikdash, that we never tap into, that we never use, that we never touch, that we never uncover, that we never reveal, that we never give over to the world, that we never use to bring the kavod shemayim, which each of us could because we're lacking yuzma. And as I said, when discussing the Ponevezher Rav, when you see someone who's so full of that, he was a goen atzum, he had tremendous kochas, he was smarter than us for sure, but he had yuzma. Besides all that, he had yuzma. He had ambition. He wanted to build. He believed he could build. Nothing could stop his building. With all the other things we spoke about, his Mesiras Nefesh and this, but that, revisiting that point, that's so far from so many of us, so much of the time. And we have to learn how to use that word in a good way, in a way which fits for us. We're not going to build the next greatest yeshiva. We're not going to build the next Ponevezher. We're not going to have 17,000 mouths feeding from our efforts, perhaps. But we can all use yuzma in our own lives, men and women, to have yuzma, to be better, to be great, to be big. Victor Miller said, what does he want? He says, you know what his ashkav is? You know what he wants? He wants to teach people to make something out of themselves. That's the yuzma we need. Initially, basically, I have yuzma, I have ambition to make something out of myself. I'm here in this world to make something out of myself. When we read about the Ponevezher Rav, when we learn about the Ponevezher Rav, when we hear about this unbelievable person, one feeling we have to have is that there's something called yuzma. There's a holy thing called yuzma, ambition. Like he had so much religious ambition, we have to find that little ambition in ourselves to make ourselves that little bit greater.